What's up guys, it's Cody here, and today in this video we're going to be going over the top 10 features in iOS 11. Now if you guys didn't see my last video, I actually show you guys exactly how to download iOS 11 onto your device without a computer, and it's absolutely free. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, be sure to check the link in the description below and grab iOS 11 right now. But in this video, I want to show you guys the top features. But what I want to do in this video is go over the top 11 iOS 11 features. So we're not going to go real deep into iOS 11 just yet. This is going to be more at a high level. So these are just going to be the main features that I think are really awesome in iOS 11. But if you guys want a deeper dive into iOS 11, there is a ton of features that I could show you guys. So if you guys want to see that, then be sure to let me know by hitting the like button on this video. And if it gets enough likes, then I'll know that you guys want to see a video of going through iOS 11 with a much finer tooth comb. But let's go ahead and jump right into this. So this first feature is one, if you watched the WWDC, you saw it. This is the brand new redesigned control center. So if we go ahead and swipe up right here, you can see exactly what you get. This is going to be a full screen notification center, and you can actually fill this entire screen up with widgets and toggles and buttons, just like you can see right here, except just go all the way to the top here. Now these last four down here are actually ones that I went ahead and added myself. So you can customize these, like I said, and add specific features directly to your control center depending on what applications you use or what features you use. So right here, we actually have the Apple TV remote. So I can just swipe up on my control center and tap on that, and that's gonna bring up the Apple remote. This is for low power mode, and then right over here are my alarms. So you can just add these in and be able to access them really quickly just by tapping on them. So these little toggles right here are a little bit different. You can see if we go ahead and start to drag this down, this is actually the volume, and then right here is the brightness. So you can just basically slide that up and down really easily right there. So if you actually have 3D press, then you can make each feature take the entire screen of your device. You even have some other options here, or additional options on specific features. So of course, with the brightness, you have night shift right here. If we just tap right here, it's actually going to minimize back into the control center. So again, if we go ahead and just hit play on some music, it should go ahead and start playing some music right there. And if we wanted to, then we can just 3D press on it, and it's going to bring up just a full screen widget right here that we can use just to navigate through the music if we wanted to find something different. Same thing as we come over here to our toggles. If we want to go into a bigger view here, then we can just 3D press on one of those toggles, and it's actually going to bring up all these toggles for us right here. So we got Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, AirDrop, personal hotspot, cellular data, and airplane mode. Now you might be asking yourself, well, okay, you told us what all these three buttons were. Well, what is this button right here? That looks unfamiliar. Well, this is actually another feature, which brings me to the number 2 feature that I want to talk about. This is actually a screen recorder that is built in directly to iOS 11. So you can see right here, if I go ahead and tap on this, it's actually going to start recording my screen, as you can see right there. So if we just go ahead and swipe back up, we tap on this, it'll stop, and that video will actually be in our photos right here. So we'll go ahead and tap on this, open this up, and you can see in all its glory our little video that we just shot. So really simple, really easy to use, and really helpful for those times when you need to record your screen. Having it there right in the control center is just really awesome. It's something that I'm definitely going to be using when I'm trying to show people how to do stuff, you know, just like over iMessage or anything like that. So big props for actually finally putting this into stock iOS. Now, speaking of showing somebody how to do something on your device, having the screen recorder is going to be really nice, but how we used to do it was actually with screenshots. Now, screenshots are helpful for other people, or even if they're just for yourself. So what you can do right here in order to take a screenshot is you do the same exact thing that you would normally do, except you're going to notice that you get a little preview down here in the bottom left-hand corner, which is actually pretty awesome. If you tap on that, then it's actually going to bring up markup. So you can, you know, tap on these little pins, you can draw anything you want right there. Or if it was a map of something, then you can just circle stuff. We'll just change the color here. If you were trying to show somebody something, then you can do so just by doing that. Let's actually make this a little bit of a wider pin tip right there. But you can see how helpful this can be if you're actually needing to use that screenshot right off the bat. And if all you have to do is use markup and actually do some stuff on the photo to send it off, then iOS 11 makes it a whole lot easier to do that just by giving you that preview right there where you can tap on it and then access markup. Now, it doesn't only keep one screenshot down there. You can actually put several, or multiple at least. So we'll go ahead and put one there. Actually, let's do this. We're going to delete the screenshots, and then we're just going to do a screenshot right here. And then if we take another one, you'll notice there's 2 down there. Let's see how many we can get. We got, looks like 3 is the maximum. So let's go ahead and tap on it, and let's see if all 3 show up right here. Oh, actually all of them showed up. So it only previews 3 down the bottom left-hand corner. So that's pretty cool that you're able to do that, and it'll make things a whole lot easier for people that like to use screenshots. Next, we want to talk about app icons. So you can see right here for the calculator, for instance, has changed completely from what it used to look like. Now, if we come down here to the App Store, it looks similar, but it does definitely look different. We don't have that circle around the App Store icon that we used to have. Some seem to be completely unchanged, like messages and weather. Those don't really look like they changed whatsoever, but holding this up side by side, you can see that we have that thin 5 right there and a thicker 5 right there. The App Store has the circle, this one doesn't, and you can definitely tell the difference between the iTunes Store on iOS 10 versus the iTunes Store on iOS 11 right there. So while it's not a completely new revamp to iOS 11 for the icons, there were some subtle changes there that actually make things look a little bit better. So speaking of the App Store, this actually brings me to my next feature, which is the new redesigned App Store. So if we go ahead and open that up, you'll see here that it looks completely different. It looks pretty similar to the iOS 10 music app, in my opinion. So if we go ahead and start scrolling through here, we have those really large, bold texts all throughout the application here. And you can see we're just scrolling down, and there's actually videos that automatically play. You can tap on this to, listen to it. And there's a lot of information here, and this is all in a brand new tab called Today. So if you don't want to look at Today and you want to look at specific applications or specific games, then you can do so just by tapping on games right here, and then you can scroll through all of the games. Now notice you can actually scroll to the right for all of these, just like that. So all of these little cards you can see here, you can actually swipe over to the left, except for the top categories apparently, because if you tap on those, then it's going to bring over a new page right there. But again, continuing to scroll down, you can just scroll through all of these. Now, do I like this? I think it's going to take some getting used to, but it might be one that I can, grow to love. I don't know. We're just going to have to kind of see how this goes. Now, if we keep going across, you'll notice we have the apps, which is basically the exact same thing that you saw on the games tab or the games page. It's just different types of apps other than games. Now, if we come over here to updates, it's going to look pretty similar. You got just a different look for the open buttons, and of course the entire page is just redesigned itself. Over here on search, let's look up Instagram, and you can see what the results page looks like. So pretty similar to what we have in our last iOS 10 App Store in terms of what the search results look like, just a different little open button or download button there. Now there's actually 2 features in Messages that I want to talk about. The first one is the redesigned app drawer. So you can see right here, right when you enter a conversation, this is actually at the very bottom of your conversation. So you have your app drawer that you can literally just scroll across right here that just maximizes itself as you scroll across. Now, if you go all the way to the end, you can actually tap on more, and it's going to give you some options here for your applications that you can add directly into that little drawer right there. So we're just going to tap on edit, and let's go ahead and get rid of like AB Blast. I'll never use that. Tinder Stacks, I have no idea what that even is. Bitly, I don't need that. Happen stickers, Dropbox. We'll just tap done, and then you can see as we scroll across, and they should be removed. Apparently that doesn't work right now in iOS 11, but I assume that's how it's supposed to work. Now you can see right here, if we actually tap on one of these, let's not send that. If we tap on AB Blast, you can see that it's actually going to give you some stickers here that we can use in our Messages app right there. Now, if we go ahead and tap on this button on images, You can see you have all your images right here. If we tap on the App Store, you can visit the store to see what you can download for iMessage. Basically, all that are integrated right here have something that you can use in iMessage. So you just tap on it, it gives you those options, and then you can use them if you'd like to. Now, one thing that I don't see, and I'm not able to find, is the new Apple Pay. So it's basically person-to-person Apple Pay that you can use right here within iMessage. So what this does is allow you to send money directly within your iMessage to somebody else, and then they have it in their wallet. Now, the way that it was demoed was really, really cool. It looked effortless, seamless, and something that I definitely want to try. Now, if we jump back here to the home screen and we go into our settings, we can go into our new Do Not Disturb feature, which is Do Not Disturb Driving. Now, you would think it'd be right here in Do Not Disturb, but it's actually not, which is kind of strange. So you'll actually go up here, and if we type it in, you'll see Do Not Disturb while driving. So you'll notice that it's actually under General and Restrictions. Now you can just tap on this, it's going to take you directly there, and then you type in your passcode if you have a passcode set, and then you can actually select whether or not you want this to be turned on or not. So you can allow changes or do not allow changes. So what this does is basically turn on Do Not Disturb on your device while you're driving. So every time you get a notification, it's not going to light up on your device. It's going to stay black and not distract you from driving. Now, this is going to be customizable. You can actually select specific users that can access you while you are driving. And of course, if you're riding in the passenger seat, then you can disable this. Once you're driving down the road, you can just disable it and say, I'm not driving. So this feature is really nice. I'm glad that they actually implemented this stock into iOS 11. I mean, it's very likely that this feature right here is going to save some lives. Next, we have a new notification center. So you can see right here, as we normally would do, we would just pull down our notification center and a pane would come down over our home screen here, and then we would be able to look at all of our notifications. Well, it's a little bit different now in iOS 11, and you'll see if we go ahead and swipe down that it actually brings us to our lock screen. So we don't have our applications in the background anymore, so there's no more colors, they're not blurred out or anything like that. And you'll see that we have all of these notifications right here. Now, this is just from today. So if we go ahead and continue to scroll up, if we get to the bottom, so this is the bottom, and if we go ahead and swipe up a little harder, then we get all of our recent notifications right here. So you can continue to scroll through all the notifications that you have right here, right there within your notification center. So it's pretty cool how that's set up. I'm glad they redesigned it. It is a little different, but I'm definitely a fan. So the next feature here is indoor mapping. So what this is actually going to do is give you a really, really detailed look at specific malls in your area within the Maps application. So you can see right here that this mall and actually my city is not supported right now. Hopefully that's something that's going to come along the way, because right now this is only available in a certain amount of cities. But essentially what this is going to do is give you the ability to look at floor plans. It's going to allow you to check out the directory. You're going to be able to search. You can use place cards, and you can even search by which mall floor that you're on. Now, I think this is actually really cool because when you don't know where a location of a specific store is inside of a mall, you have to find the directory listing, and then you have to look at it. And then what I do is I take a picture of it with my phone. Just in case I get lost, I can look back at that picture. But with this, you're not going to have any issue whatsoever. It's going to be able to tell you directions directly to the store that you want to go to. So that's pretty cool. I'm curious to see if Apple continues to add features kind of like this in different verticals, if it's going to actually get more people onto the Apple Maps app. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And here we have the new Siri voice. Now, Apple's been putting a lot of money into Siri recently. They even purchased a company that hopefully is going to allow Siri to be smarter, basically, and be able to understand people and be more conversational, because Siri just isn't quite there yet. Now, the first thing that they did, and what they did here in iOS 11, is they actually changed Siri's voice, which is very awesome because, honestly, they were way, way behind in this. If you talk to OK Google, if you talk to Alexa, then they sound like a normal human being, or pretty close anyways. And Siri was definitely behind the curve in that aspect. Not to mention behind the curve in basically pretty much every other aspect that there is. But let's not get into that. Let's check out what Siri sounds like. What's up? What are you doing?
Just levitation with lemmings.
Now, that was actually really quick. You also notice that this little Siri button down there, that's pretty cool too. But she responded insanely fast. That was a whole lot faster than what I'm used to on iOS 10, so that's pretty cool. What would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Where I'm from, they say, how many parsecs could a particular person parse if a person could parse particular parsecs?
Now, I said that completely wrong. I think I got stage fright and I screwed it up. But she really came back with something I've never heard before. I think she's trying to one me up after talking so much trash about her. Tell me the weather for the next 7 days.
Here's the weather between today and next Monday.
Tell me a joke.
If I told you a joke in my language, I'd have to explain it.
Anyways, so that's basically what we have here for the voice of Siri. In my opinion, it's definitely an upgrade from what it was. And also, just messing with it right here, it seems like she's responding much quicker than she used to, which is also a huge plus, seeing that in iOS 10, you were sitting around waiting for her to respond while she thought about what you said and then basically gave you the wrong answer. So with iOS 11, hopefully this is a turn in the right direction for Siri. Alright guys, that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. Of course, if you guys find new features, let me know what those are in the comments below. Now, if you guys want to see a more in-depth look at iOS 11, then be sure to let me know by hitting that like button, and then I'll do more of a deep dive into iOS 11 for you guys. Alright guys, if you want to stay up to date with everything Apple and tech, be sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video.